Too cute match up. For the second night Chrissy tucked in the visiting 5-year-old, Carlson. He should sleep happier now that the Barbie dream room had been transformed into a space odyssey. The 5th grade teacher went downstairs in the large Victorian home she shared with her Nana. Any success locating his parents? Chrissy asked Nana as she joined her in front of the fireplace. Upon a chance meeting with Carlson and his grandfather 2 evenings ago at a local restaurant, the grandfather suffered a fatal heart attack without being able to give any vital information where the rest of Carlson's family were. All Chrissy and Nana knew was the plan had been for Carlson to spend 2 weeks with his grandfather who had just moved back into the region. Getting reliable information from a 5-year-old had been sketchy. One comment he made led them to believe his parents were no longer together. Carlson said his full name is Carlson Douglas Conover, so we have been searching Douglas Conover, assuming he may be named after his father, as it is common to use the father's name as a second name, besides using Carlson. Authorities kept Artie's phone hoping the parents will check in with him at some point. No one has guessed his password yet to get into his contact list. The address on his ID was not updated and his former house was sold, but the realtor is providing what information she can. Until the other night I have had no contact with him for decades. I'm trying to be helpful but I know so little about him. A. Douglas Conover is married to a Nora. Someone is following that clue. Has anyone suggested we should not be the ones watching over him? Should he be in Child Protective Services or something? Chrissy wanted reassurance. Chrissy, dear, I know you had other hopes of getting some extra work done on your novel these 2 weeks you have of holiday vacation, but I've been going to bat for you to be the one to keep him. I hope I'm not wrong about that. I've seen how good you are with him and I think he is attached to you. We don't want to disrupt him any more than he already is. Poor little guy must feel abandoned. Absolutely. That's what I am trying to stress. I don't want him torn away from here by anyone except his rightful guardians or parents. I've gotten quite fond of the imp. He is adorable. We had an exciting day today while you were playing detective. Tell me all about it. First we went back to my classroom, the scene of the clash of all things Christmas, to beat the march of the ants to the sticky mess there. We found unopened graham cracker gingerbread kits, so tried our hand at that artistic endeavor. Lots of fun and tasty, too. Then we visited the school library to stock up on reading material just in case. After lunch we tackled the taming of the pink explosion in the room he is using. I replaced the pink puff bedspread with a colorful quilt and fashioned some neutral curtains. Then we took all the Barbie paraphernalia to donate at Goodwill and replaced it with space-themed items of his choosing. You should see his room now. You won't recognize it. I found some snow pants his size and figured he should be dressed properly to play outside if he wanted to. We had a knockdown, dragged-out fight over a flying saucer sled. Remember that obnoxious Mr. Cool teacher I am always complaining about because he gives me a hard time about finishing my novel? Maybe he is right. What do I know about romance when I have never had one of my own? He has published cool fantasy, yeah. Anyway, he wanted the same sled for a display about space in his classroom. I say I won because he bought it and let Carlson play with it the rest of the afternoon. He even sledded with him, saving me from bodily injury and wounded pride. I'm going to have to rethink my opinion of that character. He really was quite the gentleman. He paid for all my purchases, all $12, and said it was his pleasure since he has no kids and it is Christmas. The lady at the checkout complimented us on what a cute family we have, and he wouldn't let me correct her but just graciously accepted the comment with a great big grin. He totally burned up that child's excess energy on that huge hill, then came back here with us to warm up and helped Carlson hang his posters. He couldn't stay for our feast of mac and cheese, but I have to admit I think he honestly enjoyed himself. I know I did, and Carlson hasn't come down from the stars yet. Bet he sleeps in late in the morning. Whatever that looks like for a 5-year-old. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. You expecting someone? Maybe someone found Carlson's parents. Nana surmised. When Chrissy opened the door she nearly fell over seeing Russell Coolidge, Mr. Cool, himself before her. Sorry to disturb you at this hour, Chrissy. Mind if I come in? Oh, sorry, of course, come in, come in. Can I take your coat? Would you like some tea? Chrissy stammered. That would be nice. I wanted to discuss something with you in person if you don't mind. Do you know my Nana, Anna Merriman? This is Russell Coolidge. How do you do? Should I leave you two alone? That won't be necessary. Trying to help you discover the mystery of Carlson. Maybe you can help. I'll get the tea, then, and be right back. I keep thinking of something Carlson said on one of our walks back up the hill. He may be missing her a lot, but he said you, Miss Chrissy, reminds him a lot of his mother. She is always surrounded by books. As I see in this room. Do you know his last name? Conover. He says if he is in trouble someone would call him, Carlson Douglas Conover. Nana's research found someone by the name of Douglas Conover is married to a Nora. Oh, my, Chrissy. Nora Conover, of Conover Square Publishing. When you babysit for a friend, you really know how to pick your friends. Why are you even worried about winning some contest when you can take your work directly to one of the best in the business? What easier way is there to get published? Oh, my, is right. You didn't understand. We only knew Carlson's grandfather for a half hour before he suffered a fatal heart attack, and we didn't know who Carlson's parents were. Nana had known him years ago, so she has been trying to piece his life together while I have been entertaining the boy. Now we can get somewhere. Thank you. Nana came back in the room as Chrissy threw her arms around the neck of her nemesis and planted a great big kiss on his lips. He helped himself to another. No mistletoe in sight.